परम धाम से शिव निराकार आए, साकार मनुज तन का माध्यम बनाए, दिया दिव्य नाम ब्रह्मा जिनको, कहा आए नव सृष्टि रचाएं।
जीवन हुआ कमल, हृदय हर पल आनंद विभोर हो रहा। परमात्म शक्तियों वरदानों को प्यार से हम पर बरसा रहा,
बरसा रहा।
राजयोग का है ये दर्शन, हर मन को मिला नया चिंतन। सारा विश्व बने प्रभु दर्पण, हो निर्मल योगी जीवन।
देकर नव जीवन प्रकाश, युग परिवर्तन करा रहा। परमात्म शक्तियों वरदानों को प्यार से हम पर बरसा रहा।
परमात्म शक्तियों वरदानों को प्यार से हम पर बरसा रहा,
बरसा रहा। एक है हम, परिवार है एक, परम पिता वो प्यारा है। हम सबके हैं, सब अपने हैं, सारा विश्व हमारा है।
जन जन को वो प्रेम भाव के एक सूत्र में बांध रहा। परमात्म शक्तियों वरदानों को प्यार से हम पर बरसा रहा। अंतर मन का आंचल भर ले, अंतर मन का आंचल भर ले।
चलो आज जीवन सफल कर ले, अंतर मन का आंचल भर ले। अवतरित होकर भाग्य विधाता भाग्य हमारे जगा रहा।
परमात्म शक्तियों वरदानों को प्यार से हम पर बरसा रहा, हाँ बरसा रहा,
हाँ बरसा रहा।
Om Shanti, good morning. So today is 29th November 2021, and today we are revising Baba's Avyakt Murli of 28th February 2003. This is the Murli of Shivratri, And Baba is mentioning how to have concern to reach a karmateet stage, and how also to fix a date for our completion. Just like any project that we do, we always have a timeline to it. And that timeline we generally fix at the beginning of the project. And then periodically we do check what is the progress. Because without a timeline, then we could easily not realize how we are spending our time. And Sati Baba is saying that how to have a timeline for our efforts, which is so important. The aim of this Brahmin life is to achieve the karmateet stage. And so to have that concern and to fix the time and date. So let us listen to Baba's versions. The theme of the title of the Murli is, together with doing service, also make plans to become complete. Be deeply concerned to become karmateet. So we do make plans for service, but have I made my plans to become complete? Today, Father Shiva has come to celebrate with his Saligram children the Jayanti of his own incarnation, and also of you children. The Jayanti of the incarnation is so wonderful. Children from everywhere have all come running to celebrate the Father's and their own Jayanti. The Jayanti, that is the day of incarnation of the Father and the children, is the same. The wonder is that the birthday of the Father and the children is on the same day. Because when Baba incarnates, the energy that Baba brings of awakening all of us. And then when we get awakened, it's the same day. So today, have all of you Saligram children come to give congratulations to the Father or to receive them? So are we saying happy birthday to Baba, or is Baba saying happy birthday to us souls? We have come to give them, we have also come to receive them. The sign of these being together is that there is lots and lots and lots of love between you and the Father. This is why your birthday is together, and you also remain combined throughout your life. That is, you are together. Have you ever seen such love? Have you ever seen such love? And in terms of the occupation of the Father and the children is of transforming the world. What is the promise you have made? That you will go to Paramdham, the supreme abode, your sweet home together. Or will you go later? You want to go together, do you not? So there is such love between you and the Father. The Father on his own cannot do anything, nor can the children do anything on their own. Are you able to do anything? Are you able to do anything without the Father? The Father too is unable to do anything. It's like Shiv and Shakti combined. So just like we souls cannot do anything without Baba and Baba's remembrance, in the same way Baba says, I also cannot do anything without you children. This is why he has taken the support of Father Brahma to create all of your Brahmin children. Without Brahmins, even the Father cannot do anything. This is why on the birthday of this alaukic incarnation, the Father is giving you, and you children are giving the Father multi-million fold congratulations and greetings. So let us just take a moment to share and congratulate Baba on his birthday and also receive congratulations from Baba, and we acknowledge lots and lots and lots of love in this eternal link of love. Baba says you are giving these to the Father, and the Father is giving these to you. From Amrit Vela, even from before that, the Father received congratulations, greetings, cards, letters, and sweet songs of the heart. Even now, Bapdada is seeing that all the children everywhere, in this land and abroad, are giving congratulations to Bapdada in a subtle way. They are reaching here. They are reaching here. This sound, that is transmission, is reaching the children, and the sounds from the children's hearts are reaching the Father. Children everywhere are dancing in happiness. Va Baba, Vahavi, Saligram souls. You're all singing songs of Vah Vah. Devotees have been celebrating the memorial of this birthday of yours from the Copper Age until now. Devotees are also no less in their bhavna. However, they are devotees. They are not children. So we souls, being children, we have a right on Baba's property. But when we were devotees, then it was a different relationship. They celebrate every year, and you celebrate the importance of the incarnation once throughout the whole cycle. They take a vow every year, they hold a fast, and they also take a vow. You take the vow just once. They have copied you, but there's a difference between the importance you give and the importance of their memorial. They too take a vow of purity, but they take that vow every year for one day. All of you have also taken the vow of purity once from the moment you took birth, have you not? Have you taken it, or do you still have to take it? You have taken it. You have taken it once, they take it every year. So the foundation of a Brahmin life is this vow of purity. Baba says, have all of you taken it? You haven't taken the vow of just celibacy, but the vow of complete purity. Sampurna Pavitrata, complete purity. Not just celibacy, which is so easy, but then to have purity in our thoughts, in our words, in our actions. Baba says, Pandavas, have you taken the vow of complete purity, or is just celibacy fine? Celibacy is the foundation, brahmacharya. there isn't just celibacy, there are the other 4 vices with it too. Have you also taken the vow for all the other 4 or for just the one? So we have the 5 vices. So is the vow for just one vice enough? Baba is saying. So it's subtle checking. So if we see the 5 vices, they are all like getting subtler and subtler. Calm, gross, the most gross form, then Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar, ego. And then ego becomes the subtlest of all. Just like 5 elements from earth to the sky to the space in the same way. So it's easier to then conquer lust. But then Papa is asking today, have we then also looked into other vices and taken them as seriously? So Papa is talking about anger. So have you also taken the vow for all the other 4 or for just the one? Check this. Check this. You have freedom to become angry, do you not? Do you not have that freedom? Is it that you have to become a little angry? Do you not have to become angry? Speak, Pandavas. Do you not have to become angry? Once Baba was saying that, whenever we go to Madhuban for Baba's Milan, there is a form, and in that form, we have to check in our dharana of purity, mainly celibacy. But then today Baba is saying we should also pay attention to anger, or greed, or attachment, or ego. You do have to become angry? Okay, Bab Dada has seen that anger and its companions. We have renounced the greatest evil spirit. Just as mothers in a family don't have that much love for or attachment to their grown-up old children, but they do have a lot of love for their grandchildren. Little children are loved very much. So Bab Dada has seen that children's love for the greatest evil spirit out of the 5 vices has reduced, but you still have a little love for the children of these vices. That is the little traces and progeny of the vices. Do you have love for them? This is a whole new subject to discover and discuss. It's like the traces and progeny of each vice. Something to really think and churn deeply. Do you have love for them? Sometimes there is love for them because the soul is so much in the comfort zone. Sometimes the soul even develops love for the traces and the progenies of these vices. Baba says, mothers, double foreigners, do you not become angry? Some speak to Baba with a lot of cleverness. Should Baba tell you what they say? Should Baba tell you? If Baba tells you, you will have to renounce it today. Are you ready? Are you ready to leave them? Or will you accumulate the paper in your file just as you do every year? So there is a file of our promises. So Baba is saying, will you do it? Or will you just accumulate in your files? The file of your promises that the Father has become very big. Therefore, now too, it isn't that you will add one more paper of your promise to the file, is it? Will you make it final or will you add it to the file? Will you do? What will you do? Speak, teachers, what will you do? Final? Final? Raise your hands. Don't make a promise just like that. In that case, Bab Dada would adopt a stern form. Is that okay? Double foreigners, will you make it final? Final. Those who will make it final, raise your hands. Record this on the TV. Raise your hands high, not low. Not the silver-aged way. Acha, is this all right? Okay, listen. What are the conversations between the father and the children? Bapdada continues to smile. The father asks, why did you become angry? You reply, I didn't become angry, but I was made angry. I didn't become angry, but I was made angry. I didn't do it, but I was made to become angry. So what should the father say now? What do you then say? If it had been you, you too would have become angry. So we say, Baba, if you were there, you would also have become angry. You speak very sweet things. You then say, from being incorporeal, just take a corporeal body and see for yourself. So now tell me, what should the father say to such sweet children? Sometimes we also challenge Baba. Nevertheless, the father has to become merciful. He says, okay, I'm forgiving you now, but don't do it in the future. However, you give very good replies. It's something to really realize. Baba is asking us to check the traces and the progenies of these vices. Do I still have a little attraction towards them? Or am I the soul ready to renounce, to let go? In yesterday's Avek Murli, also Baba was saying like Swaman, self-respect. So one of the bases is to renounce body consciousness. And in that renunciation lie all these traces and progenies of these vices. There were a set of renunciation murlis in which Baba was deeply describing each renunciation, what we have to make. Baba says, therefore, purity is the greatest of all decorations of you Brahmins. This is why they decorate your images so much. That decoration is a memorial of your purity, complete purity, not purity just for the sake of it, complete purity. Complete purity is the greatest of all property, royalty, and personality of your Brahmin life. This is why when devotees hold a fast for a day, they have copied you. They also hold a fast of their food and drink. The fasting of food is also necessary. Why? You Brahmins have also taken a firm vow about your food and drink, have you not? When you're all asked to fill in your Madhuban forms, you're also asked if your food and diet are pure. You're asked this, are you not? So is your fast of food and drink form? So the fast is that we all know, right, about the dharana of food. What to eat, how to prepare, how to eat, what not to eat, all that, Baba is saying. Is it firm or does it sometimes become weak? For the double foreigners, it should be doubly strong. Is it doubly firm? Is it firm for the double foreigners? Is it doubly firm? Or is it that when you sometimes become tired, you say, okay, never mind. Today I'll eat something from outside. You don't become a little slack, do you? So this dharana is so important. Are you firm in your food and drink? This is why devotees also hold a fast of their food and diet. First vow of purity, and then Baba said of not just celibacy, but all the vices, especially anger. And Baba said about the food and diet. The third vow is of the staying awake throughout the night, Jagran. They remain awake the whole night. You Brahmins take a vow to awaken from the sleep of ignorance. To turn on the light of the soul. You don't have any sleep of ignorance in between, do you? Devotees are copying you. It is because you are so firm that they are copying you. Never have any sleep of ignorance. That is the sleep of weakness, carelessness, and laziness. The sleep of weakness, carelessness, and laziness. So we have to really be cautious that I don't fall asleep. When the king is asleep, the ministers and the subjects will do whatever they want. And so if I, the soul, I become asleep through weakness or carelessness or laziness, then it's like my inner kingdom. There is no harmony. It's filled with then darkness. Or does it not matter if you nod off a little? Do you doze off sometimes? Some even doze at Amrit Vela. However, just think what the devotees are copying from you in your memorials. They remain so firm that no matter what happens, don't break their vow. On this day, devotees will hold a fast of their food and drink. And what will you do today? Will you have a picnic? They will hold a fast and you will have a picnic and cut a cake. You will have a picnic because you have taken a vow from birth. This is why you will have a picnic. So we will have Brahma Bhojan. What does Baba now want from you, children? Baba, having explained the significance of all the vows, Baba is saying, now what does Baba want from you, children? You know this. You have very good thoughts. You have such good thoughts that Baba becomes very happy on hearing about them. You have the thought, but what happens later? Why do the thoughts become weak? Since you want to do something because you have a lot of love for the Father, and the Father also knows that all of you children have a lot of love for Bab Dada in your heart, that all of you raise your hands saying, you have not only 100% love, but even more than 100% love. And the Father also agrees that all of you have passed in love. But, why the but? Lekin, parantu kyo? Do you have love or not? Is there a but or not? Pandavas, is there a but? Does a but come in between sometimes? You're not saying no. Therefore, it means it is yes. Bapdada has noted one thing, that for the majority, there's one reason why the promises become weak. It is just one word. Think what that one word is. Teachers speak. What is that one word? Pandavas speak. What is that one word? You have remembered it, have you not? The one word is I. I. The word I is used in the form of arrogance and also in the form of making you weak. Main. What I said, what I did, what I understood, that alone is right. That is what should happen. This is the I of arrogance. When that I is not fulfilled, then you also become disheartened. I am unable to do this. I am unable to continue. It is very difficult. The I of body consciousness should change. I reminds you of self-respect, and I also brings you into body consciousness. I makes you disheartened, and I also brings happiness in your heart. Do you know what the sign of arrogance is? If someone has the slightest trace of body consciousness, what is the sign of that? Such a person is unable to tolerate disrespect. That's the sign. They'll feel offended very easily. Arrogance will not allow you to tolerate being insulted. If someone tells you even slightly that this is not right, so become a little humble, you would feel insulted. This is a sign of arrogance. So the I, we need to transform from the I of arrogance or the I of disheartenment to the I of self-respect. Just today we were discussing, when we say, I am a soul. So the moment we say the word I, because there is so much baggage associated with it, from this birth, from many, many births, of all the false identities that we have created, then when I say I am a soul, what internally we're trying to do is trying to match the two. But that's not how it works. And so instead, if I say, the soul is me, the soul is me. So first I experience the soul, the world of the soul, the nature of the soul, the father of the soul, the home of the soul, the reality of the soul. And then that soul is me. So to remove the word I, because that's what creates, in a very subtle way, it kind of hijacks the original eternal experience of the soul. Bap Dada was smiling in the subtle region. Children give lectures everywhere on Shivratri. You're now giving lots of lectures everywhere on Shivratri, are you not? Bap Dada remembered a point of the children that you use in them. You say, on Shivratri, the goat is sacrificed. Bakri. It says meh, a lot. The goat says meh. So on Shivratri, sacrifice this I. So the father was smiling when he heard this. Therefore, you too should sacrifice this I, that is meh. Are you able to surrender it? Are you able to do this, Pandavas? Are you able to do this? Double foreigners, are you able to do this? Full surrender or just surrender? Full surrender. Surrender this consciousness of limited I. Today, Bap Dada will not make you simply make such a promise whilst hosting the flag. Today, Baba will not make you make a promise in which you simply add another piece of paper to your file. What do you think? Dadis, should we ask them to make such a promise today too? Will you make it final, or will you accumulate another piece of paper in your file? Speak. Dadis said, make them make it final. Do you have the courage? Do you have the courage? Himmat needs courage. You are very deeply absorbed in listening to this and are therefore not raising your hands. Nothing will happen tomorrow, will it? It won't, will it? Tomorrow Maya will come. She will come to tour around. Maya also has love for you because you are all making plans for service with a lot of pomp and show. Since you are doing service with a lot of splendor, it means you are bringing time of complete perfection close. Don't think that you just have given a lecture, but that you are in fact bringing time closer. You are doing good service. Bap Dada is pleased, but Bap Dada sees that time is coming close. You are bringing it close. You haven't just brought together 100,000 or 150,000, but you have brought time closer. One of those days, as many of us might know, Those were the days of mega programs. And so it was just that time the first program had happened in Gujarat. So Baba is saying 100,000 or 150,000 would come. But in fact, it's about bringing the time close. Gujarat did this just now. Bombay will do it. And other places are also doing this. Okay, if not 100,000, then just 50,000. But you are giving all of them a message. And so together with this, have you also made preparations for completion? Have you made the preparations? So whilst being busy on the field of service, organizing programs and seva, Baba is saying, where is my inner compass? Is it focused on my date of completion? You are inviting destruction, so have you made the preparations? Dadi had asked the question, if we should now make plans that would bring about revelation quickly. Bab Dada says, revelation is a matter of just a second. But before revelation takes place, Bab Dada is asking whether those carrying out establishment are ever ready. Should the curtains be opened? Or is it that someone is decorating the ears and someone decorating the head? Are you ready? You will become ready, but when? But when? Give a date. Just as you fixed a date just now, that you have to give the message in this month, in the same way, all of you have to be ever ready. At least 16,000 should be ever ready. Put aside 900,000. At least 16,000 should be ready. Are they ready? Should Baba clap? Don't say yes just like that. Baba is serious. Become ever ready and Bab Dada will touch them. He will clap and the elements will begin their work and the scientists will begin their work. What's the delay? They're all ready. Are the 16,000 ready? That critical number of us Brahmins who are to become complete. Are we ready? Are they ready? It will happen. Someone said, you know more. You now have to renounce the reply of saying it will happen. Baba should receive a report from 16,000 that they are ever ready, that they have become complete with total purity. It will not take long for Bab Dada to clap, give a date. So Dadis say, you give a date. Ask everyone, look, it has to happen. However, you were told to bring about total transformation of the word I. Only then will you go with the Father. This total transformation of the word I. Otherwise, you will have to go after him. Therefore, Bab Dada is not opening the gates now because you have to go with him. You have to go with him. Father Brahma is asking all the children to give a date for opening the gates. Date for opening the gates. You want to open the gates, do you not? You want to go back, do you not? To celebrate today means to become. To become. We won't just cut the cake, but also end the I. Are you thinking about it? Or have you already thought about it? Everyone's variety of thoughts reach Bab Dada at Amrit Vela. So discuss this amongst yourselves and give Baba the date. Until you fix the date, you're unable to accomplish any task. First of all, the Maharathi should fix the date, and then everyone else will follow. Those who are to follow, you are ready. And with your courage, they will receive extra power. For instance, you gave zeal and enthusiasm just now, and so they became ready. Therefore now create a plan to become complete. Have a deep concern, have the deep concern that you have to become karmateet. And Dadi Prakash, he always used to, now we all know this, right? She always used to, she would be saying something, and then suddenly, now, you have to become karmateet. This is the time to become karmateet. So to have that concern, no matter what happens, you have to become this. You have to do this. This has to happen. The sound of the scientists and the sound of those who are to bring about destruction are reaching the Father's ears. The two are asking, why are you stopping this? Why are you stopping this? The advanced party is also asking for a date to be fixed. Therefore, fix a date. Father Brahma is also asking for a date to be fixed. So have this meeting. But otherwise, Bapdada is pleased with the service that you are doing. Everyone abroad is doing it, and all the zones in Bharat are also doing it. The householders are doing it. Everyone is doing this. Congratulations for this. Congratulations for the service. Congratulations. Now perform this wonder. Baba is especially telling the dadis and the senior brothers. Now, in the next Shivratri, let there be the dhamal, this turmoil, and also the kamal, that is wonders. Teachers in the first line, is this okay? You will have meetings, will you not? Bap Dada now wants the date. Not that it will happen or we are doing it. Baba doesn't want that. That has gone on for too long. First, the children should give the date, and then the father will make it final. Bap Dada is also saying that in the next Shivratri, there should be both the Dhamal and the Kamal at the same time. Now make preparations for this. Teachers, do you agree? Double foreigners, do you agree? Those in the first line, do you agree? Pandavas, do you agree? Hanji. Everyone said Hanji. Congratulations. Many are unhappy. Bapdada can't bear to see so much sorrow. First of all, you Shaktis and the Pandavas, who are the form of deities, should feel mercy. They're calling out so much. The sound of their calling out should now be echoing in your ears. We're holding programs called the Call of Time. Now listen to the call of the devotees. Listen to the call of those who are in sorrow. You have a good number in service. Bapdada is even giving you a certificate for that. There is very good zeal and enthusiasm. Gujarat has claimed number one. Therefore, congratulations for being number one. Now at least listen to a little bit of their call. They're saying to really listen to the call. Poor helpless ones are calling out a great deal. They're calling out from their heart, they're desperate. The scientists are also shouting a great deal. When should it be done? When should we do it? When should it be done? They're calling out. You may cut the cake today, but from tomorrow, listen to their call. Celebration is the festivity of the confluence age. Celebrate on one side, and on the other side, create those souls. Acha. So what did you hear?
Shanti Swarupai.
Om Shanti.
Swarupai, can we continue the remaining part of the Murli tomorrow?
Yes, sure. Thank you.
So shall we pause for a minute and then churn the Murli?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, maybe we can discuss a little bit what we are taking from the Murli today. Please feel free to share.
Om Shanti. Very beautiful Murli. Good morning, everyone. In today's Murli, Baba is concentrated on to have purity. Purity is not only in celibacy. He asks us to be pure in our thoughts, words, and deeds. And above all, he has asked us to take care of the greatest vice, that is anger. As the saying goes, one's anger is one's greatest enemy. So my takeaway point from today's Murli would be to control anger. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good morning. In today's Murli, Baba has given us how to be away from the sleep of ignorance, weakness, carelessness, and laziness. Sign of arrogance, we should be able to tolerate disrespect. That is the greatest sign of Brahmin life. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Adding on to what Sujata Ben said right now, Baba's today given us a lesson on how to move from the eye of arrogance to the eye of self-respect. And if we connect this to yesterday's session on Follow Father that we had, and also the Avik Murli that was read yesterday, it spoke about how to be in self-respect and how to use I in self-respect. So the practice that we have taken as a group from yesterday is to Sarabhai write on how would we follow Father by coming from body consciousness to soul consciousness and practicing writing I am a soul. And my experience while I was doing that yesterday night was, so we take it up in homework to write about 3 people in one for self and 2 other people that we come in contact on daily basis, just to keep writing that respective person is also a soul and I am also a soul. And my experience while I was writing this yesterday was it becomes so easy when you don't see the body, when I am not seeing that bodily form but only experiencing that person as an energy and a soul. That's my one day experience, and what Baba is today speaking about of transforming the eye of arrogance to eye of self-respect. The first place to stand is to tolerate anything which is coming as a disrespect towards me, or anything which is coming as which I feel as an insult. If I'm not able to tolerate, then that means I'm still in this space of arrogance, and that's going to be a checking point for me to observe from today onwards. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Any other thoughts?
Om Shanti. In today's Murli, Baba reminded how we should, Baba gave an example of goat. On Shivratri, how goat is sacrificed, who does meme. So, my takeaway from this Murli that I will replace meme with I am soul and Mera Baba. Thank you.
Right.
Shanti. Baba today said that you children want to do the changes, and the thing which has struck me is that we just keep on adding sheet to the file, and when will the change will be final? Like when it comes to anger or arrogance or anything. Yeah, it's true. It's not like earlier or the force of, I'll not say anger, but short of irritation or getting judgmental. So Baba is saying, just the thing which really hit me is that, yeah, we are less, as I used to say, okay, I'll do this, I'll work on this, but the weakness is still there. And the same thing again, what Baba is saying, we are just adding sheets to file, huh? But when the things will final, huh? And choose, when we'll do, and about the date also Baba is saying. So these things really is going to matter. That's it. Om Shanti.
Very nice.
Yeah, and so then very nicely put across about files. And Saurabh also gave an example while he was speaking about as in Lokik also, when we do any projects, we first fix the date and then work backwards towards achieving that final project no, on that particular date. So this is another another point to be taken on today, is to closely look at how soon I work towards the date that Baba is talking about. So when I say here, it's like the soul is ready to be in that state of becoming complete. And there are, there are small traces even now, as Baba mentioned, the bigger vices are probably not troubling us so much, but small traces like irritation and just being uncomfortable of what people are talking about still disturbs us. So even checking on that basis, declaring the date for myself as to by when I want to complete uh, the coming out of those vices is another checking point from today's Murli option.
Mm. Mm. Very
Om Shanti, brother. Thank you, Baba, for the very nice Murli. After listening to all the churning, what was coming to my mind, all beautiful thoughts and ideas. Yes, celibacy is not the only requirement for purity. There's far, far deeper requirements. That, of course, is the essence of this Murli as it began. But this word I've always deeply reflected on this word. While the word I is so connected to the ego and to your disrespect, and you feel insulted and all those things, but somewhere when you lose the ego and you become very humble and just completely connect with Baba, and then when you say I am a pure soul, that I is a very emerged I. That is also an I. I'm able to control my vices. I'm able to be victorious. I'm always connected with Baba. That is also an I. So it's just food for thought. That is also I. That is also I, the previous one. But there's a big difference in the emotion and in the way you say that I. And one is an enabler and one is a disabler. Om Shanti.
nice. Very nice.
Om Shanti. There are two eyes. One is eye of body consciousness, one is eye of soul consciousness. So we need to check which eye we have to imbibe or emerge. Om Shanti. As Harpit Ben has said rightly.
Very nice.
Sarabhi, shall we take on the meditation?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you for sharing this time, presence. Let's take a few moments of reflection with Baba. This realization that Baba has awakened the soul. From the sleep of body consciousness, role consciousness, to being fully awake as a spiritual being, eternal being, a soul on this eternal journey through time. Baba is inspiring us to emerge our complete, perfect form. To bring the time close so that we souls go back home with Baba. In the light of truth, of Baba's love, there's no margin for any darkness of Maya to enter. Not even a subtle trace or a progeny of any vice. Like the soul fully awakened. As we celebrate the most auspicious Shivratri with Shiv Baba. Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, family. Thank you, Rakiben. Shanti. Have a good day, Baba.
Om Shanti.
Thank you, Saurabhai. Thank you so much for this wonderful reflection. Let's all of us take up this homework of looking at how we transform our eye of ignorance to the eye of self-respect, and we shall churn that tomorrow when we'll continue the remaining part of the Murli tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baiji. Have a
Om
nice day.
Shanti.